retail server is a web service that is able to execute all business logic and also that communicates with the database that has all the needed data. If we look a bit closer to retail server, what we need to know about it? First, Microsoft makes retail server very scary, saying it's complicated, it's optimized, etc. For us as for developers, it's important to know that retail server is a web service. We can call it from the browser, like here I called the function get environment configuration, and I got the response in the browser. So this is just a web service that provides multiple APIs that we can call to get some results. What kind of APIs we can have in the retail server? Normally, these are all APIs related to the data that retail needs to work. For example, search for the customer, create customer, update customer, read customer, get product details, get product prices, calculate taxes, discounts. And for sure, all this end up in creating sales and not sales transaction. Every purchase you're making in the store, it must be registered in the database and sent to HQ. This is the way how the business is responsible for all the legal authorities, right? We have to store all our sales transactions. In general, retail server is responsible for two big parts. First one, get configuration data. Second one, create some documents. Documents include sales receipts or some inventory documents like transfer orders, purchase orders, inventory journals, etc. This is the main things that the retail server can be doing. However, you can extend it to do anything else that you want to do. Next important thing for us as for developers is to know that retail server use commerce runtime to execute business operations and access retail database and HQ. So if I go back to this image, you see there is something called CRT that in general has all business logic inside it. CRT knows how to execute SQL query. CRT knows how to call Dynamics 365 Commerce HQ. CRT knows how to calculate tax. CRT knows how to calculate discount. All the business logic is inside CRT. Microsoft calls CRT as headless commerce, as commerce runtime. For us, as for developers, it's important to know that commerce runtime is just a set of DLL files. These are C# classes compiled into DLL files with business logic. When we keep this in mind, everything becomes very simple, right? We have some application, point of sale, e-commerce, anything else that is able to call the web service APIs, and web service APIs will call the DLLs of commerce runtime to get some data, to count something, to create or update something. All this image should always be in your mind because all the developments we will be doing, they are based on knowing this small schema. To summarize, retail server web service provides public APIs, can do different operations, and all the business logic is located inside the DLL files called commerce runtime DLLs. As retail server is a web service, you can call it through Postman. Like here, you see a sample where we are getting the product details through this retail server, and this is the details that we are getting. On the left, you see that there are many operations you can call. For example, creating the sales cards, adding the lines to the cart, checking how you can deliver the cart, calculating the transactions, calculating product prices. In general, we have around 200 or more retail server APIs that can be called.